That elbow looking dry. What my elbow looking like? Ooh, that elbow looking dry. I'm too silly. I can't. And we in here. I'm in here. We in here. And we in here. I'm in here. We in here. We all in here. My hands might look a little dry, you know. In here. We all in here. My hands might look a little dry, you know. Hey, I'm just going to do a quick read, about 30 minutes. It's an algorithm reading. I wanted to do a reading about this algorithm, whether that's on this platform or other platforms. I'm going to do a tarot reading with some oracle about what's going on with other algorithms, other platforms. We want to know how we can become greater, better, and make it through this slump. Some of us going through a slump. Not everybody going through a slump, but for those that want to see a reading about the algorithms, whether that is here in the TikTok streets or in other platforms that we are using outside of TikTok. For those that want some insight into getting monetized or to help with this algorithm issues, it's going to be a tarot reading about algorithm, whether it's on this platform or other platforms. I'm going to do a quick reading to see what's going on this platform, YouTube streets, Facebook streets, all of the algorithm. Let's see what we can do and what Spirit can help us with. Holy Spirit, help us with what we can get help on when it comes to the algorithm. Since that's all the talks in the streets is algorithm, what can we learn from Spirit about this algorithm thing? Okay, I think it's gonna be a good thing. Let's see. We gonna clap it up. 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 I'm just gonna share out the live because maybe don't nobody know I'm live. Maybe not nobody want to watch it either. I see that too. No big deal. No big deal. No pressure. But I'm gonna do the reading anyway because it could be people on other platforms that want to see what's going on with the algorithm. So here we go. Algorithm read. Holy Spirit, what's going on with the algorithm? What's going on with this algorithm? Can you give us some insight? Let's get some letters. Let's get a few letters. That's too many letters. Like a light amount of letters. We got a M, U, S. We got B, two B's, a Q, a G, a E, and an M. Don't know what that means, so we'll figure it out as we go. All right. Spirit, what's going on with this algorithm situation? I mean, every time we turn around, the algorithm is changing. Spirit, is there something we could know to help us with this algorithm, whether that be in the TikTok streets or the YouTube streets or the Facebook streets or the Instagram streets or whatever modes of that we use when it comes to social medias with this algorithm, with this monetization? What's going on with these low views and how can we, with this algorithm, with this monetization, what's going on with these low views and how can we better ourselves moving forward with this algorithms and all the algorithms? Because everybody is talking about what's the algorithm, this change, that change. Spirit, can you give us some real insight? Can you give us some insight that's going to help the collective of people that's going to see this reading? Because even I want to know what's going on with this algorithm. Because we working hard out here. A lot of us working hard, putting up 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 videos a day. Some of us just, keeping a breast and afloat and still getting low views. All right, what we got? What is this? We got the Sun. And we got a Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords with the Sun. Queen of Swords. Now this is an independent, sharp-minded, logical person. Being logical. So being logical. But then you also got the Sun. That's vitality. Looking at vitality, clarity, things like that. You need to be I guess we all need to be. I'm gonna try to get this to focus in. I guess we all need to be. I'm gonna try to get this to focus in. We all need to be looking at things that bring that vitality in, right? That sun energy, it clears away all of the stuff that's not necessary. So it might be some things that we doing that's not even necessary for us to do. I can't say that that's a niche. It don't really say a niche. It really just say to expose the things that need to be exposed, to have that clarity and come at your stuff with a youthful vitality. So maybe doing some new things on your page or within your niche that might break it up. But doing it and going about it right here with this Queen of Swords, real logical. Being real logical and having that sharp mind about yourself. Being real independent with it. So maybe it's got to come from some deeper thought process, some youthful vitality with some deeper thinking and doing something new. Independent. Independence to me, when it's saying clarity, is like do something ain't been done. Get in your bag, get in your thought bag and start doing something that haven't been done already that might bring you into the forefront of the algorithm. This is what Spirit is saying. Vitality, youthfulness, but coming about it real logical, real independent. INDEPENDENT. Come about it from a logical framework and a vitality. So something that ain't being done. You can't keep doing what's being done. How people stand out and they went viral, they probably did something. Some of them did things that was already being done, but some of them did something that hadn't been done. Some of them did something that wasn't nobody else doing. But they was looking from it from a sharp point of place. This is saying come from your mindset. Sit there as the queen, whether that's masculine or feminine energy, it don't matter, but have a sharp mind about yourself. Bring that sword out and say, let me cut through some stuff. I got to cut through the stuff that I've been doing. And I got to come about this with some vitality. I got to expose what I need to expose. It could be like some story, something, exposing something, coming through it with showing up and showing out in a way where you can be actually seen with this algorithm. And I'm going to take both of those. Bottom of the deck is the Judgment. So with the Judgment as the overall energy, that's a rebirth energy. In fact, that's also saying that's facts. That's the facts of what's going on with this algorithm. It's time for people to rebirth and do some new stuff. Do some new stuff, but come from it from a youthful mindset. Come from it from a logical thinking mindset. A sharp mind, something that's real independent. Be independent with this thing. Don't look and do what everybody else do. It's obvious that stuff not working, and I ain't got to do no reading to say that ain't working. It's working for a small amount. A small amount can walk up and say, yes, sis, you did that, bro, you did that. But look at this. This a little clap. That ain't no big clap. That's a little clap. Doing what everybody else is doing is helpful for the people that's already set up in this algorithm thing on a high scale. So when they come show you something, you can do, yeah, sis, yeah, bro. Because it ain't working for you. In fact, some of the stuff, you got some videos that you had priorly did that was all you that did way better than any of these glitches. These little glitches and different things they say, oh, do this, it's gonna make you a star. You do it and you get this. Yes, sis, yeah, bro. Don't nobody even see it. But see, the videos when you was coming out of your own bag, out of your own Queen of Swords, your own sharp mind, your own things, they was made more popular than any of these things. And the trend's not working for some of us because we actually need to get in that sun energy, that vitality energy, that youthful energy, and cut out the nonsense. Cut out the nonsense. Some of it's going to work for some people, but for the greater majority of us that's really ready to monetize and get up in this algorithm and eat this algorithm up, you're going to have to cut through the nonsense. And hello, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. I'm just doing a reading about this algorithm. I'm talking about on all platforms, so I'm getting tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of all the trending topics. I can tell you right now, 8 out of 10 of them trending topics ain't did nothing, and it's probably not going to do much for the average creator, even if you got to the point where you are monetized. And then for the order to go further, you're going to have to really come in your mental bag and think of something new. Think of something that's vital. Think of something that's needed. Think of something that helps people do something on a greater scale. Come out of this trending bag. And if you're going to do a trend, make a new trend. Make a new trend that ain't been seen before. Don't be scared because we doing all of the silly. Make a new trend that ain't been seen before. Don't be scared because we doing all of the silliness and the stupidness already. And I really shouldn't have said stupidness. We doing piggybacking off trends anyway. So start your own trend. See what take off. Something's going to take off. Could be your voice. Could be your looks. Could be the way you do something. Could be your age. Could be your age group. Could be your natural hair. Could be your body. Could be a whole lot of things. But if you don't start doing it, you're going to stay stuck in the algorithm. And that's something I think we're starting to realize. It ain't even necessarily a niche. Sometimes you just actually need to get in there and think a little bit. Make a series about something. That's what's coming out. Make a series. Get the videos and do the videos. Don't be in a rush to put them out. You can still keep putting out the regular stuff you've been putting out. You can still keep on putting out the stuff that you've been putting out. You can continue to spit out 3 decent little videos that you've been doing. Whether they make you a whole lot of movement or not, keep doing them. But in the background, come up with a series of videos. Whether it's niche that you do now or something you have done in the past that have been strictly who you are. Come up with them. Get the videos set. Don't be in a rush to put them out. Get you a series of 10, 12, 15, and keep going with that. And put them out weekly along with the other stuff you already been doing. Because you already been doing it. Maybe this will take off for you and get you out of this algorithm loop. But this is what Spirit is saying. We might have to go back to something that you've been done before. But in a new stuff is not. It ain't working. It ain't working. It ain't working, and some of us don't even want to see it. I sometimes don't want to see some of the stuff. I don't even want to look at it. I'm tired of it. And I hate to come on here and say that, but I'm tired of it. I want to see some realness. I want to see some realness. I want to see somebody film something and catch something on film that I ain't never seen. I wasn't even expecting to be able to see. I want to see something, though. We all got a niche. Because we all look different. We all got different types of lives. Do stuff that you ain't going to get in no trouble for, but showcase it. And I mean, it could be something simple, and I'm gonna throw this one out there. This might be for somebody that can do it. You might go somewhere regularly. You go to work, right? What you do on the route to work? Could you leave and get to work a little bit earlier and start making a video series or something that you see on a regular basis, or something, just something, and start making a video series or something that you see on a regular basis, or something, just something to come out of this loop. Because that's what it is. The algorithm is a loop. And this is for all platforms. I don't care if it's YouTube, Facebook, all of them. This is what Spirit is saying. That's just 2 cards. And this third card of judgment. Judgment meaning like this is a rebirth. This is facts. A final decision. Having that time to actually reflect in it and evaluate carefully and awaken yourself to the truth of, am I on track to why I do what I do on this platform, or am I slowly letting my brain rot? I have to do some of the brain rot stuff, but what I'm saying is evaluating. If you want to have this rebirth and make this final decision and this reflection and to see the facts of the situation, to how to get forward, you'll have to sit with it and evaluate like what you actually doing. What am I doing with this? What's going on with it? Because it don't seem to be doing nothing. Some, like I said, it is. And some it's not. Some of this stuff that we got going on in the algorithm is working. But for some, it's not. And they keep saying, oh, it's time for the new people to come out. It is time for the new people to come out. But until you actually go deep within and come out with some fresh, some real stuff, something that's going to do something, ain't what's going to come up. Nothing. I see, yeah, people coming to the forefront. We seeing it happen on a celebrity scale. It's got to happen and drop down in the regular folk too. I tell you what, one thing, ooh, okay, I'm gonna take that, but that's not really what I wasn't even asking about it, but we got the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. So Knights is always a little bit more reckless. They move, fast and da 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 da. But at the end of the day, a Knight of Cups is artistic. And this is messages, emotions, and also creativity. Messages of creativity. How to get creative. Maybe somebody talking to somebody that can help you get creative, that can spark your mind towards creativity. That's a possibility too with this Knight of Cups coming out. And I really wasn't picking for it, but it came out and it makes a lot of sense. Is that artistic? Getting into your artistic thing. Okay, Holy Spirit, can you clarify this Queen of Swords when it relates to this algorithm issues that's going on for the collective of people that's on all these platforms that's getting stuck in these loops that wanted to come out? We got the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups when you clarifying the Queen of Swords. So now the Queen of Swords. So now the Nine of Cups is a wish. Wish fulfillment and satisfaction. But it's coming through once we cut through this nonsense. You cannot keep on doing what everybody else is doing just because they doing it ain't working for you. What's clarifying this queen gonna cut it out. She's independent. Her mind is sharp. And she's logical about the things. Everything don't work for you. But if you do like the Queen of Swords and cut out the things that don't work for you, this Nine of Cups, this fulfillment, when it comes to this algorithm, this satisfaction that you want on these platforms, it's going to come to pass. But what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to stop doing what everybody else do. But what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to stop doing what everybody else do. The Queen don't go do what the page do. The Queen don't do what the page do. The Queen don't do what the king do. And the Queen don't do what the knights do. They don't do like nobody else. They doing what the Queen do. So if you're in this Queen energy where the man, so this is telling me this is probably likely the people that are grown or more grown when it comes to being on this app or on other applications. You got to do what a queen do. Ain't nothing wrong with doing some of the funner stuff that's on here, but you got to have a more fresh perspective, and that's how your wish fulfillment gonna come in. Because baby, look, ain't nothing wrong with being 30 and doing this, that, and the third. Ain't nothing wrong with being 40 and being able to do this, that, and the third. 50, so on and so forth. But you better get in the bag that you are in. The queen is not the king, and she's not the knight, and she ain't a page. She ain't nothing in between. Even the Queen of Swords is not the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Swords can't sit there and try to act like the Queen of Cups. She can be the Queen of Swords. She can be logical with this thing and say, I'm going to have to actually use my mind a whole lot more than I thought I was going to have to. This apps and these social medias, in order to continue to keep that monetization, you're going to have to use your mind. Sorry, it ain't an easy ride. It may not be physically strenuous, but it's going to be mentally strenuous, and you need to use your mind. So you may have to come from a cuff of something completely different. This is not about the manual side of labor. This is about the mental side of labor if you want to come up when it comes to this app. That's your wish fulfillment right there, is get in your mental bag, your queen energy, cut out the nonsense, and come from something that you've already done, or getting more in deep into your niche, or set up a series or something that's going to be utilized, that can be utilized, that's going to grab the attention that's needed, that people actually probably really want. Because every now and then you want something simple, but you do get tired of seeing the same thing. It's just attention grab. But some of us got something, some of us got some skills in us, some mental process. But some of us got some skills in us, some mental processes in us that is way beyond, that could actually get us out of this algorithm loop. But we're not using it because we done got a little bit off track, because we done got actually a little bit discouraged. That's what happened. You start doing what everybody else is doing and trying. We all do it. A little bit discouraged. That's what happened. You start doing what everybody else is doing and trying. We all do it. You can still do that, but you need to be working in the background mentally, making videos so that when you can steadily put out something more serious, at least one video a week that's more serious, that's more geared towards your niche, that's more geared towards something that is authentically you. And you can still do some of the other stuff. You can still do some of the dance geared towards something that is authentically you. And you can still do some of the other stuff. You can still do some of the dances. You can still do some of the music. You can still do some of the sounds. You can still do some of that to keep you in the flow, but make sure you don't ever turn off what you really came here to do. So let's clarify the sun. Holy Spirit, clarify the sun when it relates to this algorithm and stuff. We see that you want us to live in a more vitality energy. You want to cut through, have us find vitality, this youthful energy, and this clarity, right? This positive energy. But in order to do that, we got to make sure we doing what we supposed to do. Because if we in queen energy, we're not a king. We're not a page. We're not a knight. And we cannot get too deep into what everybody is doing and all of the attention grabs. We also still got to be in our bag, our niche, and doing something. And we're going to have to use our mind. Like, really. Like, yeah, we can do all these different algorithm tricks, but at the same time, what you started the channel for, the page for, you need to get in that bag and quit forgetting about it. Well, we got the Emperor. This is with the sun. That's vitality energy. Clarifying with the Emperor. That's authenticity, authority, stability, structure, and leadership. That's what you got to put to the sun energy. That's vitality. It's cutting through, and it says come through as the Emperor and what you do. This is your channel. This is your channel. There's nothing wrong with having fun. I like to do a little dance, jiggy jig myself, and I'm going to do it. I like to do a little shaky shake. I like to hear the new music. I like to hear the new sounds. I like to hear all of that little trending stuff, but it don't work for me consistently because that's not what I started my channel on. And if you did start your channel on it, then it's time for you to learn something new. If you started your channel on dancing, you might need to start learning a new dance. So you might need to get into a whole new bag of dance along with the original dancing that you started doing. Maybe you need to do some jazz dance, some ballet dance. You might need to open it up a whole new way, a whole new route. But as the Emperor, you need to be structured. You need to know that what you started your channel on, that you're the authority over it. You're stability. You're the instructor over it. You're the leadership when it comes to your channel. And that energy, that vitality, that youthfulness, that clarity will come back once you continue to lead your channel. What you started it for in the first place. Sorry, I was like, I know I'm forgetting something. The bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune, it'll turn in your tide. It'll turn right on in your tide with the Judgment on the bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. It'll turn in your tide. It'll turn right on in your tide with the Judgment on the bottom of this deck. This was the Judgment. Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune. That's the fact of it all. That's the rebirth of it all. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's turning your tide. It can turn in your tide. That's destiny. And it's looking at cycles. This is the cycle of it all. The cycle, the reason this is happening, this is per spirit. And I'm just saying, whoever gonna hear it, I'm finna take all of this information even for myself. It's the Wheel of Fortune. The overall energy, the reason is destiny. Number one. Number two, cycles. This is a cycle. It's a change. It's a luck. It can be a strike of luck. Movement, rotations. That's movement. So when you get movement into what you're supposed to be doing, that's your Wheel of Fortune. You want to get monetized and remain monetized, the plan, then you got to go back to what you initially started doing. Not everything that you started to do, but you got to lead your channel, and you're going to have some thinking in it. Yeah, it's not all fun and games. When it comes to being on here and remaining monetized and staying, you're going to have to switch it up without fully switching it up, but you're going to have to bring a new youthfulness to your channel. And you're going to have to switch it up without fully switching it up, but you're going to have to bring a new youthfulness to your channel. And it ain't all these algorithm tricks. That's just fluff and stuff to get people going. That's to keep people that's already higher up there, until we shift out of whatever little cycle we in. We don't know how long that cycle goes. Sometimes the cycle go once a month, dip down. Sometimes the cycle go every 3-4 months, dip down. We don't know the cycle. We don't know exactly how the cycle is. But the wheel is turning, and it could turn for whoever is going to do what it is they need to do. Buckle down. You're going to have to work for it. The work is mental. The work is probably writing. The work is probably thinking, how can I create something new out of my own niche? How can I create something vital out of who I am? How can I create something vital out of who I am and showcasing what I started out with, but bringing something fresh to it? How can I do that? You got to do it. And it's going to take a lot of work. It ain't as easy as it started out. It's in a different cycle. It's harder. It's going to be like going back to school. But the difference is, whoever is viewing this that won't help, you already a queen. You got the information already. And if you're a queen, you can be king or queen. It could be, the energy could be male or female. It doesn't have to. It means you already got a bag of stuff in your background that you could talk about, that you could bring up to the forefront, that you could showcase. Even if you're not fully ready to showcase it, you can start documenting it. You can start making those videos for it and continue a similar pace and start slowly adding in your spice. Now that's the bottom of the deck. I'm gonna go on and let me what I want to do. I'm just gonna grab a couple affirmations real quick, and let's see. Holy Spirit, give us an affirmation when it comes to this algorithm stuff, because a lot of this stuff that's helping for the bigger creators ain't working for those smaller creators no more. And you know, we was already getting less views anyway, and now we're getting even more less views. And they telling us do this, but by the time they tell us the trend, or we see the trend and trend it out. And it wouldn't have been a good trend for us no way, because it's way out of our niche. So can you give us an affirmation? Give us an affirmation. All right. Several came out. Bottom of the deck, I am thankful for me and my abilities. I'm telling you what, if they don't tell you what you need to do, you got your own set of abilities. Don't get too far off track. That's what's causing the ruckus. And the people that's at the top, baby, they already know. They already know some of the stuff ain't going to work for you unless you already within that niche. It's not going to work for you. It may just be something to break up the time. It may be something to keep you in the loop of having a video to have posted on TikTok, so TikTok don't think that you done forgot about TikTok, and it keep you in some kind of an algorithm, but it ain't helping towards your real growth. You got to remember to be thankful for your own abilities, the whole reason that you do what you do. That's the bottom of the deck. The other ones that came out, I have power to change my own thoughts. You have to change your thought process. You're going to have to get in that bag, get in that thought, and do some work. And figure out how much work you need to do. Like I said, you can still put out smaller videos. You don't have to. You need to actually use this time with these low views to start making some for a comeback. I give myself permission to have lots of fun today. Have fun with it again. Still continue to have fun with it, but you're going to have to carve out some time to think and some time to make up some new wave of getting back into what you need to be doing. I wrote on my finger, I am freeing myself from destructive doubt. Yeah, and don't doubt it. Don't keep on even going into them loops, these algorithm loops. Just go ahead and make the content and put the content up for a time when you're ready to produce it, so that you can regularly put out things that are more in your niche, that are vital to your channel, that's going to actually get you moving in the right direction, making something new. I am optimistic about the future. You got to stay optimistic about it. You don't have to put everything out there right now. You don't have to be quick. Because look, I'm going to say this one last thing. Y'all remember when Beyonce had put all of these videos together, and she was one of the first to do it, of all the stuff that happened behind the scenes, this, that, and the third. She put that out, and it was like, bam. That stuff it flew off the shelves. If it was hot sauce, it flew off the shelf. That stuff, it flew off the shelves. If it was hot sauce, it flew off the shelf. Sometimes you have got to prepare more than put out. Sometimes you have got to prepare more than put out. Don't put out so much content. Prepare more content. Prepare future content, so that you can start putting it out when the time is right. And it says, I can and I will. You're going to have to look at some people that's out there right now. You can tease a little bit of stuff without putting the whole thing out there. I wouldn't always tease it on this platform, because people do what they do. They get right back on top of it. You got to have your stuff set up so that you can go pop, pop, pop when you're ready to put it out. And where it had come from, came from you. So get yourself out there with some new, fresh content. Don't let everybody else get to the new, fresh content before you. If it's already saturated with 100,000 people that they didn't went viral off of it, it ain't gonna do nothing for you. You ain't gonna get but 100, maybe 500. And all of that content stuff, yeah, some of it's helpful, but to be honest, when I made up, and I didn't use that as much, I made more impact off my own thought processes and work. Versus the stuff that you know, and some of it is helpful, but you know how it's so helpful is because it's an algorithm. So they put it out to those higher level people, and they put it out, and they even put it out a week, 2 weeks ago. By the time you see the video about putting it out, well, you could have already done it with your own steam. But that's me. Bottom up, I'm just gonna take this one. Done it with your own steam. But that's me. Bottom up, I'm just going to take this one. What is this saying? Live your life to its fullest potential. Let go of the need for approval from others. Live up, I'm going to say live, but live up to your own expectations. Your own expectations. Nobody else. No more selling yourself short. Keep moving forward. You've got this. Don't sell yourself short doing everything that everybody else is doing, because 9 times out of 10 ain't gonna work for you. We can see it ain't working, but it's working while we're going through this shift to algorithm. I would say continue to do it, because the more you continue to stay true to you, the more people can see you, because you don't know who gonna see you. Who could want to work with you? I don't know what you want to do with your platform. It may not just be monetizing on this platform. It could be on a greater scale. And if it is on a greater scale, and if you have been thinking about a greater scale, then you're going to have to use a greater amount of who you are and what you came to do when it comes to coming here. What did you come here for? What you came to do when it comes to coming here. What did you come here for? I'm going to do a few more of these, because this is going to give us a little bit more insight. Holy Spirit, can you give us 1 or 2 cards? Can you give us, all right, Holy Spirit, 1 more card, please. Just one more. Okay. That's 1, and then that's 2. Okay. And we got angels number 202, 1111, 4646, and 555. Big changes. Big changes. Big changes. Look those up. We also had angel number 1333 and 989. What else? I try to read it and have it on camera. Why should what else? I try to read it and have it on camera. Why should anyone else know about the... Hold on. Why should anyone else know about the... Hold on. Why should... Why should anybody else know of the smell of someone in their sick time? When I made this card, what that was is why there are certain things that you do need to keep to yourself, right? And then I guess this is where it's coming from is don't be so focused on what other people are doing when it comes to that, number one. And then if you see somebody else have a slump or whatever the case, You don't need to talk about that. Stuff like that. And the point on I like what I feel this card is bringing up is more like, what can you actually say that's not going to, number one, bring somebody down as well? Okay, like when I mean bring somebody down, like don't let it be something where you harming somebody, or you know, something like that, or taking away other people's privacy. That's kind of what I feel with that. Even though when I made that, I can't even remember. It's been a minute. Privacy. That's kind of what I feel with that. Even though when I made that, I can't even remember. It's been a minute. The Bodhi leaf, enlightenment, represents spiritual awakening, path to enlightenment. So enlightening yourself towards enlightenment. Like, what else do I want to do? Because as we go through life, we don't stay in one little spot all the time. We continue to matriculate, move around, shift around, because we grow. We don't want to do this, or you know, we find greater meaning for what we were already doing. You know, we find greater meaning for what we were already doing. If you even look back, I don't know how long people have been on this platform, but if you even look back a year, you can look at some of those old videos, and it might be something to inspire you to say, you know what, I've even grown beyond this stage. Let me talk about this. It can be something just so simple, but it will take some mental power. We got moles. Moles on the lips, attractiveness. The chin is chaos, possible termination, past life lessons. On the forehead, the right is wisdom and fame. Eyebrows, like any kind of moles around the eyebrows, is intelligence and determination. Any moles on the ears, long life, kind-hearted, and wealth. Any moles on the cheeks is very charming person, got a lot of influence. On the hands, you can do a lot of tasks with your hands. So that could be something to be helpful to remind you of who you are on this platform, and don't let it drain you and take everything from you. But that's gonna be the end of the reading. I thank everybody for staying on as long as you did. I hope it was helpful. I'm out, y'all. I'm gonna come back with another one at 8:30.